Are you ready? Well then, I'm teacher Tiffani. Let's jump right in. So what I want you to do is take a look at this image. There are 3 individuals, but if we zoom in on one individual, the first word that pops into my mind is rolling. Rolling. Now I want you to repeat after me for pronunciation practice. Rolling. Excellent. Now while looking at it, rolling. Great job. Now, rolling just means to laugh very hard, just like I did just now, right? In English, when someone is laughing a lot and very hard, we say, woo, that person is rolling. Makes sense, right? Now, let me give you an example sentence so you can understand it even more. Here we go. The kids were rolling when the little boy told them a funny joke. You know how it is, right? When someone tells you a good joke and you just can't. You can't keep it in, right? You start laughing very hard. In English, we say, man, you were rolling. So again, the kids were rolling when the little boy told them a funny joke. Now, I want you to be able to use this, so here's the pattern you can follow. I was rolling when ... Think of a situation or a time period where you were just completely, you lost it. You started laughing because something was so funny. Again, in English, we say rolling, and the pattern is, I was rolling when ... Here's the sentence using the pattern. I was rolling when my friend told me what happened during the meeting. So something funny happened during the meeting, and this individual said, man, I was rolling when my friend told me what happened during the meeting. Makes sense, right? All right, now let's take a look at another portion of the image. Again, these ladies are sitting together, but if we go to another section, we see this right here. The laptop, and we see this individual, and I think of this word, focus. After me, focus. Excellent. Again, focus. Great job. Now, this word focus just means giving a lot of attention to one particular thing. Again, giving a lot of attention to one particular thing. And here's a sentence. All of the students were focused on their exam questions. Think about it. When you were in school, or maybe you're in school now, you would study a lot, or you are studying a lot right now. And when you had to take the exam, or when you have to take your exam, you are going to put a lot of attention on the questions on the test, right? You're going to focus. So again, all of the students were focused on their exam questions. Makes sense, right? Okay, now let's do a quick quiz. I want to see if you are ready. Oh, wait a minute. Before that, let me give you a pattern because I want you to be able to use it like a native English speaker. So here we go. The pattern is right here. I focus the most when I ... Very simple pattern. Again, I focus the most when I ... Now, for me personally, I actually focus the most when I listen to jazz music. My dad, when I was growing up, he loved jazz music. So I got in the habit of when I'm working or doing something where I need to focus, listening to jazz music. So I can use the pattern and I can say this right here. I focus the most when I play soft jazz music. You caught it, right? It makes sense, right? So I want you to use the pattern as well. I focus the most when I ... Now it's time for your first quiz. Here we go. And I want you again to think about what we've learned so far. Here's the question. Here's the fill in the blank sentence. It is important to ... when you play chess. You have 5 seconds. Go. Time. What's the answer? Excellent. Yes, it is important to focus when you play chess. Excellent. Very good. Now here's the next question. All right, let's restart our timer. The two kids were ... when their friend tripped and fell. 5 seconds starts now. Time. What's the answer? Yes, you got it. The two kids were rolling when their friend tripped and fell. Make sense? Excellent. Again, so we've learned again so far two things. We've learned focus, and we also learned, you got it, rolling. So let's keep going. I want us to go back and look at the next part of the image. If we zoom into another section of the image, we'll see something else. Right here, popped collar. Now, this is something you probably have never heard before, and you probably have never seen this in an English book. Once again, I want you to look at it with me. Popped collar. Excellent. Last time, popped collar. Very good. Now, I want you to very quickly look at the picture once again. Look at the jacket she's wearing. You see how the collar is kind of up? Well, in English, we call that a popped collar. So the meaning again, popping or lifting the collar of a shirt so that it covers the neck. In English, we say you are popping your collar. I remember when I was in high school, a lot of the guys would pop the collars of their polo shirts because, you know, they wanted to look cool. They would pop their collars. Again, real life English. So here's the sentence. The high school seniors liked to pop their collars to show that they were cool. You got it right? Now, let me give you the sentence pattern so that you can start using this and start sounding more like a native English speaker. Here's the pattern. Whenever I wear my ... I like to pop my collar. Again, think of a specific shirt or jacket. The pattern, once again, whenever I wear my ... I like to pop my collar. So here's a sentence using the pattern. Whenever I wear my bright orange polo shirt, I like to pop my collar. You got it right? All right, good. So again, we have popped collar. Now I want us to go back to the image and look at this part right here. You see a wonderful, beautiful leather journal. And the word that pops up is studious. Again, real life English. When I look at this image, the very first thing that pops into my head as a native English speaker is the word studious. So I want you to repeat after me. Studious. Excellent. Now, while looking at it, studious. Great job. Now, a studious person is just someone that enjoys studying or spends a lot of time studying. I was a studious individual when I was in school. I loved learning, and I still enjoy learning now. So again, a studious person is someone that enjoys studying or spends a lot of time studying. So here's a sentence. The woman was very quiet and studious. Again, the woman was very quiet and studious. You got it? Now let me give you the sentence pattern you can use to start sounding like a native English speaker. ... was the most studious person I knew when I was in high school. Think of a person, an individual. Again, ... was the most studious person I knew when I was in high school. So I can say right here, my best friend was the most studious person I knew when I was in high school. You got it right? Very simple pattern. Think of someone you knew when you were in high school that was extremely studious. All right, now let's go back to the image because there's one other portion I want us to check out. If we actually zoom out, we'll see something very interesting. The word that pops up is collaboration. All right, it's a long one. I'll show it to you at the same time. Here we go. After me, collaboration. Excellent. Again, collaboration. Great job. Now, collaboration, this just means the situation of two or more people working together to create or achieve the same thing. In English, we say collaboration. So once again, look at the image. It looks like these three individuals are coming together to work on one specific project, a collaboration. Now let's look at the example sentence. Here we go. The three students were working in close collaboration to finish the project on time. I'll say it one more time. The three students were working in close collaboration to finish the project on time. Makes sense, right? Now let me give you the pattern you can use. Again, I want you to start using these real life English words so that you can sound more like a native English speaker. Here's the sentence pattern. Almost forgot the word. Here we go. A collaboration between ... is required to ... Once again, a collaboration between a group of individuals is required to accomplish a specific goal. So using this pattern, I could say a collaboration between Apple and Samsung is required to develop the new technology, right? Using the pattern, we can make a very good English sentence. Well, now I think you know what time it is. Yes, it is time for your next quiz. Here we go. All right, so you've learned a lot. Let's get started with quiz question number 1. The girl was ... after she heard the joke. 5 seconds. Time. What's the answer? Excellent. Yes, the girl was rolling after she heard the joke. Excellent. All right, question number 2. Here we go. You're doing a great job. They were all ... on the routine they had to do for their performance. I'll read it one more time. They were all ... on the routine they had to do for their performance. 5 seconds. Time. What's the answer? Yes, you got it. They were all focused on the routine they had to do for their performance. All right, question number 3. Here we go. Here's the question. Michael said that he always ... when he was in university. Time. You ready? The time starts now. Time. What's the answer? Yes, Michael said that he always popped his collar when he was in university. Excellent, excellent job. All right, question number 4. Here we go. Samantha was always very ... I think you know it. So no one was surprised when she became the class valedictorian. What's the answer? 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time. Excellent. Samantha was always very studious, so no one was surprised when she became the class valedictorian. Excellent. Last question. Question number 5. Are you going to get all of them right? Here we go. The new airport is a ... between two of the best architects in the country. 5 seconds starts now. Time. Did you get the hint? Excellent. Collaboration. The new airport is a collaboration between two of the best architects in the country. Excellent job. You are amazing. Are you ready? All right, so I want to talk to you about this channel right here. The channel is called Cara and Nate. Now, this couple is adorable. They love each other and they actually travel around the world and they record their journeys and they put them on their YouTube channel. Now, their videos are great, but I want to tell you about one video right here. 36 hours to climb the world's tallest mountain. Now, I thoroughly enjoyed the video and it's been seen by hundreds of thousands of people. So throughout the video, they give tons of new English words that will help you sound like a native English speaker. So today I want to talk about those words. Now, you can watch the video by hitting the link in the description. It's a great video. I know you will enjoy it. So let's get started. The first word. Now I'm going to show you also the timestamp. So I'll tell you where exactly in the video they said the word. Now this is going to help you actually know how to use it properly because you can hear them using it as well. So here we go. Now, this is the first word. Elevation. Elevation. Now, real quick, I want you to repeat after me. Elevation. Excellent. Look closely. Elevation. Great job. Now, what does the word elevation actually mean? Well, elevation means the height above a given level, especially sea level. So again, we're looking at this word elevation. Remember, according to the video, they're hiking the highest mountain, right? The world's tallest mountain. So when we say elevation, what are we actually trying to describe? Here's the first sentence using this word. As they extend towards the east, they increase in elevation. Again, going higher and higher, like the video talks about, the tallest mountain. Next, here's another example sentence. The city lies at an elevation of 610 to 750 feet. Again, the height. How high is it? The elevation. And here's another example sentence. The ridge rises to an elevation of 3,000 feet. Whoa, 3,000 feet? That's a very high elevation. Makes sense, right? All right, so we have the first word again being elevation. Now remember, you see the timestamp at the 2-second mark. Almost as soon as the video starts, you will hear them say elevation. So now you know what elevation actually means. So what about the next word that we want to look at from the video? Here's the next one. Slopes. Slopes. Now I want you to repeat after me. Here we go. Slopes. Excellent. Watch my mouth now. Slopes. Great job. Last time. Slopes. Great job. Now, the word slopes, what does it actually mean? Upward or downward slant or inclination or degree of slant. I want you to think about going skiing, right? You're on the ski slopes. They go up and down, right? Ski slopes. Now let me ask you, have you ever went skiing before? Are you good? I remember when I went snowboarding. I love sports. Snowboarding is a little bit hard though. I'm not going to lie to you. I had a great time, but going up the slopes was quite difficult. I would do it again though. How about you? All right, so we have slopes. Now I want us to look at the example sentences. Here we go. First one. She was surprised to see the grassy slopes end at an abrupt cliff. Again, abrupt cliff. Almost said abrupt. Here we go again. One more time. She was surprised to see the grassy slopes end at an abrupt cliff. Again, slopes. Again, up and down. Here we go. The second sentence. The slopes of the Jura are covered with vineyards. Again, the slopes, again, the hills, right up and down, they're covered with vineyards. And last, look at this example sentence right here. The floor of the valley slopes gently to the east. Again, the floor of the valley slopes gently to the east. So remember, when you're thinking about slopes, don't forget upward or downward slant or inclination or degree of slant. Just think about going up and down, all right? The slope. Again, skiing and snowboarding, you're on the slopes, up and down. All right, so what about the next one? Again, this one is found at 26 seconds into the video. So what about the next one? The next word that we'll hear is right here. Trail. Trail. Now I want you to repeat after me. Trail. Excellent. Again, trail. Great job. Last time after me for pronunciation practice. Trail. Excellent. Now, this word trail, let's look at the meaning of this word trail. Here we go. Now, the word trail just means a marked or established path or route, especially through a forest or mountainous region. Again, when I was in South Korea, I loved hiking. And many times when we'd be on hikes, we would see a really good trail. Now, one trail that I was on actually ended up leading us to an area that had a lot of wasps. And I've told you all a story before of when I got stung by the wasps while we were on the trail. Now, I made it through. It did hurt, but that was on a trail through one of the mountains we were hiking. Makes sense, right? All right, so let's see again. Trail, a marked or established path. Now, what about a sentence describing a trail? Here we go. The first sentence. They hadn't traveled far down the trail before she got a peripheral view of the building. Now, I want to focus on this really quickly. After me, peripheral. Good. A little closer. Peripheral. Excellent. Now, this word peripheral is in the sentence, but again, they were traveling far down the trail. And next, what about this sentence right here? At the top of the trail, she paused to catch her breath. Again, she's on the trail and she gets to the top and she's, woo, I need to catch my breath at the top of the trail. Now, what about this sentence right here? For half an hour, Jen tried to find his trail. Makes sense, right? Again, a trail, again, this path that you are going on. Now, I wonder if you like to hike. Do you like walking through the parks and through the woods? Maybe you also like trails. All right. So in the video, you will hear them say trail again at the 27-second mark. Now, this next word is also very important, and you'll hear it again when you check out the video. Again, you can watch the video. The link is in my description. Very interesting video. But about the 58-second mark, actually, you'll hear them say chafe. Chafe. I want you to repeat after me. Chafe. Excellent. Very good. Again, after me. Chafe. Excellent. Last time, chafe. Great job. Now, the word chafe, what does it mean? Chafe just means to make or become sore or worn by rubbing. Think about it. You need some lotion, but you've been wearing your shoes and your socks for a long time and you don't have any lotion. So your skin starts to chafe, get a little dry, a little rough. So let's check out an example sentence. Here we go. Here's the first example sentence. A wool dress can actually chafe delicate skin. Again, a wool dress, a little bit rough, right? For example, take a look at my hand. You see it's nice and moisturized. Yes, right? So my skin will not easily chafe because it's moisturized. But if I didn't have any lotion on and I wore a wool dress, it may be a little bit uncomfortable. It might chafe my skin. Makes sense, right? So what about this example sentence right here? Here we go. Tight garments or tight undergarments like panties, bras, or underwear may make you chafe or leave scars. They may be very uncomfortable, right? What about this example sentence? The foaming waves chafe against the rocky shore. Now, this is a little bit of a different meaning, but I wanted you to see a sentence that still included the word. So again, we have chafe, to make or become sore or worn by rubbing. Again, in English, we say chafe. Now again, as you're watching the video, after you watch this lesson, when you go to watch their video, I want you to enjoy it, but listen for the words that we're going over. All right? So let's go to the next one. Here we go. All right, the next one that you'll hear is number 5, snuggle. Snuggle. Now this is going to be heard at 1 minute and 53 seconds. So really quickly, I want you to repeat after me. Snuggle. Excellent. Again, watch my mouth now. Snuggle. Great job. Last time after me. Snuggle. Excellent. Very good. Now you're probably wondering, what does snuggle mean? Well, snuggle just means to settle or move into a warm, comfortable position. Again, to snuggle, to get into a warm, comfortable position. Think about it. You've been working all day, and at the end of the day, you know how tired you are, right? So what do? You sit down on the couch, you get your blanket, you wrap yourself in it, and you snuggle. You got it right. You snuggle down into your position. Again, it means to get comfortable, to be very comfortable in a certain position. We say again, snuggle. So what about an example sentence? Here's the first example sentence. I'd love to snuggle up in bed. Now, this is something I'm sure you did as a child when you were with your parents, right? I remember snuggling up in my parents' bed in the morning. I'd run in there. Again, get comfortable with my parents. And maybe you did the same thing as well. So again, snuggle up in bed. What about this one? Number 2, second sentence. He says it should be all right once they snuggle down into their sleeping bags. Now, I watched a video recently on YouTube, not the one that I'm talking about in this video, but another video of a young man who went out in the cold winter. It was actually a blizzard, and he actually slept in his truck, but he had a really good sleeping bag, and he snuggled into his sleeping bag, and he actually was warm all night. So sleeping bags are really good. You can snuggle into your sleeping bag. Makes sense, right? All right, so we see snuggle down into their sleeping bag. Now, what about this one right here? She moved to snuggle closer to the woman whom she had known and loved throughout the years. Like her aunt, she said, man, I've loved her all my life. She's like a second mother to me. I want to snuggle up next to her because I love her like my own mother. Maybe you have some aunts or individuals that are like your mom and you want to snuggle up close to them because you love them like you love your own mother. All right? Okay, so again, we're looking at the word snuggle. So again, when you watch the video, pay attention at the 1 minute and 53 second mark, and you'll hear the word snuggle. Now, as you continue watching the video, the next word you'll hear is this one right here. Exceptional. Exceptional. Now, I want you to repeat after me. Exceptional. Ooh, very good. Now watch closely. Here we go. Exceptional. Very good. Last time after me. Exceptional. Woo, that was very good. So we have this word exceptional. Now, what does exceptional mean? Exceptional just means unusual or not typical. Look at this video we're watching. It's amazing. It's unusual or not typical. Wow, that's exceptional. Think about when you're taking a test, right? And you want to do well. And you get the test back and you received 100%. An A, every question is right. You take that test to your parents. Oh my goodness, this is exceptional. You always do well, but this right here is unusual. You got everything right. This is exceptional. Makes sense, right? All right, so we use this word exceptional when we want to express something that's unusual but amazing. So what about this example sentence right here using the word exceptional? Even an exceptional salesperson has an imperfect memory. They may forget things from time to time, right? And what about this example sentence? Chris is a man of exceptional talent. Now, I'll tell you a real quick story. It's not story time just yet, but stay till the end. So real quick, when I was growing up, I used to take piano. And I wish now that I had continued. But I took piano lessons and I wanted to stop because I wanted to go outside with my friends. And I told my mom, hey, listen, I am able to draw and paint really well. I told my dad, Daddy, I'm a good artist. I actually am exceptional, so I don't have to do the piano lessons anymore. Let me focus on my art. And they said, okay, Tiff, you're right. You are an exceptional artist. You can stop taking piano lessons. I regret it now, but I was happy then. But you see, right? I could draw. I had an unusual talent. I could draw better than my friends. I had an exceptional talent. Makes sense, right? All right, so we use exceptional. Now, again, looking at this sentence, Chris is a man of exceptional talent. Here we go. Last sentence for this word. The rules can only be waived in exceptional circumstances. Again, circumstances that are not usual, something out of the ordinary, exceptional circumstances. So that's what the sentence is explaining. So again, we have the word exceptional, unusual and not typical. This is at the 2-minute and 24-second mark. So again, when you watch the video, listen closely for this word. Now, what about this next one? This next one may be a little tricky to pronounce. Anticlimactic. Anticlimactic. After me. Anticlimactic. Good, very good. Again, after me. Anticlimactic. Excellent. Last time after me. Anticlimactic. Yes, excellent job. Now, what does this word anticlimactic actually mean? Here we go. Causing disappointment at the end of an exciting or impressive series of events. Again, you're looking forward to something happen and you're anticipating it, but all of a sudden at the end, nothing happens. You're excited, but then the ending is not what you expected. In that situation, you would say anticlimactic. So again, let's check out this definition. Here we go. Causing disappointment at the end of an exciting or impressive series of events. So what about an example sentence? Here we go. Let's check out this first example sentence. The conclusion of the movie was anticlimactic. It was okay, but honestly, the end of the movie was not that good. It was anticlimactic. Makes sense, right? Anticlimactic. So here we go. The next one. I really think that would be the most anticlimactic thing. Honestly, anticlimactic thing meaning it's just not going to be that exciting. It won't be exceptional. You got it, right? All right, here's the next one right here. The performance itself was a touch anticlimactic. I don't want to say it was bad, but honestly, it wasn't that good. It was anticlimactic. Makes sense, right? All right, so we have this word again, anticlimactic. So when you watch the video, pay attention at the 2-minute and 45-second mark. You'll hear them say anticlimactic. Now, what about this next one? Again, when you're watching the video, you will hear them say this, lapse, lapse. All right, after me, lapse. Excellent. Again, watch my mouth closely. Here we go. Lapse. Good job. Last time after me, lapse. Excellent. Now, what does the word lapse actually mean? Here we go. Lapse refers to one full circuit in a race, going around one full circuit. It's so funny. I remember a story. So my family and I, we went on vacation. Again, speaking about the word lapse. And on this vacation, there was actually a go-kart there. We could go to a go-kart place. So we all got on these go-karts. Again, go-karts like in the video, these miniature or small cars. And they were going really fast. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I can drive really well. So I got in the race car and I said, I'm going to beat all of you. And the truth is, I did. I won. But again, we had to go several laps around the track. You got it right? So at the go-kart, the go-kart, when the go-kart place, we were able to go around the track, all right? We did laps around the track. So let's check out some example sentences. Again, we have laps, and let's see the first sentence. Here we go. Every morning, she swims 50 laps in the pool. She swims 50 laps. Again, what does laps mean? Here we go. Once again, one full circuit in a race. But it's not always a race because you can actually be in the pool swimming, just going back and forth. This is considered laps, right? These are laps, all right? So here we go. Another one. The race ended with 8 laps. Again, 8 laps around the track. And finally, he dropped out of the race after 2 laps. It seems like that may have been a difficult race for him, right? So again, he dropped out of the race after 2 laps. So once again, a lap being one full circuit in a race. So when you watch the video, listen closely at the 3-minute and 16-second mark. You'll hear them say laps. Now, what about this next one? Here we go. The next one is steep. Steep. Here we go. Again after me. Steep. Excellent. Now watch closely. Here we go again. Steep. Great job. Last time after me. Steep. Excellent. Now, steep. What does steep mean? So steep actually means rising or falling very sharply, a steep slope or hillside. So again, rising or falling very sharply, abruptly, right? We say, again, steep. Whoa, this is really steep. So instead of being like this, it's like this, and you have to go up. I remember when I was in South Korea, again, another hiking trip, and I was enjoying the hike, but it was extremely steep. So we couldn't go fast. I had to go very slow because the hill was like this, and there were tons of people trying to get up the hill. It was very steep. Now let's check out some example sentences. Here we go. The first example sentence is right here. She screamed as she tumbled down a steep hill. She fell very fast. It was very steep. So again, she screamed, ah, as she tumbled down a steep hill. I'm sure she was okay. Here we go. Next example sentence. The submarine slopes are steep. They're very steep, high. The angle, right? And finally, the town stands on a steep hill. Again, you're on this hill, it's very steep, and the town is right at the top. So again, in English, we say steep. Excellent. Last time, steep. Very good. So again, when you're watching the video, pay attention to the time. You want to make sure you actually know when this word is being said. Right here, 3 minutes and 36 seconds. You'll hear them say steep. All right, now what about the next word? This next word right here, gondola. Gondola. Now this is something I want you to repeat after me. Gondola. Excellent. Again after me. Gondola. Very good. After me. Last time. Gondola. Excellent. Very good. Now, what does a gondola, what does that word mean? A gondola is a container in which passengers travel, especially hung from a thick wire which moves up a mountain. All right, so think about when you go skiing. Remember earlier I mentioned I went snowboarding. So snowboarding or skiing. Now, when you're trying to go snowboarding or skiing, you have to travel inside of you got it, exactly, the gondola. Look at the gondola in the background. You see it rising up on that thick wire. People are inside of it. We call that a gondola. And again, in the video, you're going to hear Cara and Nate discuss the gondola because they actually have to travel in a gondola. Again, you're going to really enjoy the video. So let's check out the first example sentence. Here we go. Investigators have not been able to determine how the girl got out of the gondola. Now, can you imagine how scary that would be? A mother seeing her child get out of the gondola? What happened? How did it happen? And is my child okay? Again, gondola. So again, the girl got out of the gondola, and the woman and the investigators are trying to figure out how. All right, here's the next sentence. Visit the History Museum or take a ride on the Sulphur Mountain Gondola. All right, so you can go to the museum or you can go inside the gondola, ride the gondola. All right, and finally, what could be more romantic than a gondola ride in Italy? Can you imagine seeing all the beautiful views? I actually have a friend that lives in Italy right now, and whoa, man, Italy looks beautiful. So again, think about it. A gondola. Again, I'll show you the video. Check out the video and you'll see. Again, a container in which passengers travel, especially hung from a thick wire which moves up a mountain. This is what we call a gondola, and you can use this word just like it's used in the video. So here we go. Now the next word is chunk. Chunk. Now I want you to repeat after me. Chunk. Excellent. Now watch closely. Chunk. Very good. Again, chunk. Excellent job. Now, what does the word chunk actually mean? They used it in the video. Chunk actually means a thick, solid piece of something. Again, a thick, solid piece of something. Now, I'll tell you something. I love fruit. One of my favorite fruits is coconuts. I love a coconut. I love the white chunks inside of the coconut. You heard I used it, right? I love chunks of coconut. Suddenly a song came to my mind from when I was in school. The song was called Coconut Woman. It went, coconut woman is calling out, and everywhere you can hear her shout, get your coconut water. Now, that was when I was in about 6th grade, but since that time, I have loved coconuts, and I love eating chunks of coconut. Sometimes stories come to me. Here we go. So again, a thick, solid piece of something. So what about the first example sentence? Here we go. Here's the example sentence. Brady held up the chunk of steel. So as you see, it's not just about fruit or food. You can use it to speak about other things as well. A chunk of steel. So what about the second example sentence? Here we go. Dusty shouted as a chunk of stone crushed a stainless steel cabinet. Again, a chunk of stone. And next, what about this one? Carmen grabbed a chunk of wood from the box. Again, a chunk. Remember, a chunk just refers to a thick, solid piece of something. So we have a chunk of wood. Now, I do want you to try to use this at least one time today. You can do it. All right, so again, as you're watching the video, make sure you try to listen out for this word. Now, chunk, it'll happen at the 6-minute and 34-second mark. Again, I want you to make sure you listen out for this word. Here's the other thing. In the description, you'll find a link. I have a PDF that includes all of the words I'm teaching you with the definitions and the example sentences. So you can download that PDF and study along as you watch the video. I got you. All right, here we go. We're going to go to the next one. The next one is right here. Vert. Vert. Watch me. Vert. Excellent. Now, that V sound can be tricky. Front teeth, bottom lip. Vert. Excellent. Again, vert. Nice. Last time, vert. Nice job. Now, what is a vert? So a vert is a green forest vegetation providing food for a deer. We say vert. Now, it's amazing, right? All of these words are coming out from the video. Again, You'll learn so much from watching videos on YouTube. And I want you to watch the video and use what I'm teaching you to understand everything. So let's check out some example sentences. Here we go. First, the officer swore to preserve the vert and venison in the forest. Makes sense? All right, here we go. Next one. In Tokyo, park and street skateboarding made their debut, but vert did not. Not a lot of vegetation, all right? And finally, here we go. Do you know the width of the vert? Do you know the width of the vert? Makes sense. So again, vert just means a green forest vegetation providing food for a deer. And you'll hear it at the 8-minute and 2-second mark. All right, here we go. Let's keep going. The next one you'll hear is right here. Oasis. Oasis. Here we go. Watch me. Oasis. Excellent. Oasis. Great. Last time after me. Oasis. Excellent job. Now, what is an oasis? Here we go. An oasis is a fertile or green area in an arid region. Again, a fertile or green area in an arid region. One more time. A fertile or green area in an arid region. You can tell, right? Sometimes English words are tricky, but again, a fertile, right? So again, we're looking at this one right here. Oasis, all right? Again, oasis. Now, this is an area, it's so funny. One of my friends lives in an area where there actually are lots of deserts, right? So you look for areas that are very fertile. They have lots of water because in the desert, you don't have a lot of areas like that. So you're looking for an oasis. Now, let's check out some example sentences. Here we go. First, we have this one. A caravan road to the south goes through the oasis. Again, a caravan road to the south goes through the oasis. Next, here we go. They all could see the oasis in the distance. Hey, we can see it in the distance. And we're looking for it. Come on, let's get there. All right. And finally, we have this one right here. Did you see the oasis? Did you see the oasis? All right, so again, what does the word oasis mean? It means a fertile or green area in an arid region. Look at this video. You see the water there and there's sand, but there's an area that looks like it's very fertile or green. Lots of vegetation in that area. And last, remember, this is at the 8-minute and 9-second mark. Now remember, I want you to watch the video. The link is in the description and you can also get the PDF. There are tons of other words and expressions you will learn, and in the PDF, I've put them in there for you. Again, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I hope you continue learning. Don't forget, if you want to learn more with me, all you have to do is go to www.letsjumprightin.com. I have over 365 days of English lessons ready for you. Hey, welcome to episode 7 of our real life English series. Now remember, in this series, I teach you real English used by native English speakers in real life. So, are you ready? Well then, I'm teacher Tiffani. Let's jump right in. So we're going to start off by taking a look at a picture. Now this picture includes 3 individuals, but when I see the picture, I immediately focus on the middle gentleman. And I think of the word thrilled. After me, thrilled. Excellent. Pay close attention. Thrilled. Very good. Now, what does this word thrilled actually mean? So the word thrilled just means extremely happy about something. Again, extremely happy about something. I remember my niece, when she was 2 years old, she used to love beans. So whenever my mom made beans for her, she would be thrilled, extremely happy. Now, maybe you also like beans. Well, here's an example sentence. I was thrilled that so many people turned up to the party. Again, extremely happy. Now, if you want to use this word in real life, here's a pattern for you. I was thrilled when ... So the example sentence could be, I was thrilled when I heard that they were finally getting married. Imagine waiting so long for your friends to get married, and then one day they say, hey, it's time. You would be extremely happy for them, or you would be thrilled. Makes sense, right? Okay, so as we look at the picture, again, we see that this young man is thrilled. But when we go down a little bit to the bottom, we see all this snow. And the first word that pops in my head is nippy. After me, nippy. Excellent. Pay close attention. Nippy. Great pronunciation. Now, what does this word nippy actually mean? So the word nippy just means, speaking of the weather, rather cold or chilly. Cold. Ooh, it's really nippy outside. The sentence could be, it's a bit nippy today. You know, it's funny. My sister and I, we have this ongoing joke about my parents. They have started to really enjoy watching the news. So whenever the weather is going to be a little bit colder than usual, my dad will call, baby girl, yes, daddy, it's going to be a little bit nippy outside, so make sure you take your coat. I know that when my dad lets me know, hey, it's going to be cold or nippy, I need to take a coat when I go outside. This is something my parents love doing, so they let my sister and I know when it's going to be nippy outside. But what about you? If you want to use this word, here's the pattern you can use. It will be nippy ... For example, it will be nippy in New York tomorrow. So you let the individual know the time period when it's going to be nippy or a little bit cold or chilly outside. Makes sense, right? Well, I think it's time for a quick quiz. Let me see how much you really understood. Here we go. Question number 1. We have more words coming, but question number 1. I was ... to be chosen. 5 seconds starts now. Time. All right, time. Oh, it started again. What's the answer? Excellent. Yes, I was thrilled, excited to be chosen. Excellent. All right, now let's look at question number 2. Remember to take your coat. It's going to be today. Think about my dad. Time starts now. 2, 1. What's the answer? Yes, it's going to be nippy today. Excellent job. So now we understand nippy, and we also understand the other word, thrilled. So when we're looking at this image again, we saw the part where the young man was excited. We saw the snow. But what about when we go to the other part of the picture? We see this beautiful young lady, and the first word that comes to my mind is Peppe. After me, Peppe. Excellent. Again, Peppe. Great job. So what does Peppe actually mean? Now, the word Peppe just means having a lot of energy or activity. I am a very peppy person. I love teaching you English and helping you achieve your goals. I am very peppy. You can see that, right? So an example sentence. He's been sleeping well for the last few days, so now, woohoo, he's feeling peppy. Now, it's funny. Yesterday, I actually had a conversation with my best friend. We went out to eat at this amazing Indian restaurant. But after eating, we got a little bit tired. So she went and she took a 30-minute nap. And when I called her, she said, hey, Tiff. I said, woo, you sound a little bit peppier now. She said, yes, I took a nap. She had more energy after the nap. So again, peppy means having a lot of energy or activity. So what about the pattern you can use? Here's the pattern. ... is always very peppy. So think about someone in your life that is very peppy, happy, and they have a lot of energy. For example, using the pattern, My college professor is always very peppy, always shows a lot of energy when he speaks or when he teaches a class. Very peppy. Makes sense, right? Okay, I want you to try to use this at least once today. Now, if we go back to the picture, we understand peppy. What about this young man right here? Well, when I see this young man, I immediately think of the expression or words, good-natured. After me, good-natured. Excellent. One more time. Good-natured. Very good. So what does good-natured actually mean? Well, good-natured just means pleasant or friendly. Friendly and welcoming toward other people. This person just seems so kind. Take a look at his face one more time. He looks like a nice person. He seems to be a good-natured young man. So here's the sentence. The people I met were very good-natured. Again, good-natured. I remember a guy I used to date when I was in college. He was a very good-natured guy. He always tried to be nice to people. We didn't stay together, but he was still a great person. Good-natured. So, what is the pattern that you can use? Here's the pattern. I heard that ... is a very good-natured person. Think about somebody in your life right now. Maybe it's your mom, your dad, your sibling, your coworker, maybe even your boss. That individual, if they are good-natured, you can use this pattern. I heard that my new boss is a very good-natured person. Here's another example sentence. I heard that your manager is a very good-natured person. Makes sense, right? Kind and friendly. So we have good-natured, but if we go back to this image and we zoom in to another area, we see this tree, and the first word that comes to my mind is bear. After me, bear. Great, pay attention. Bear. Excellent. Now, what does the word bear actually mean? So the word bear just means without covering or clothing, or naked or nude, or when speaking about a tree, having no leaves. So again, check out the picture. The tree has no leaves, which is why I immediately thought of the word bear. So we understand the meaning, and here's an example sentence. The trees in our neighborhood are all bare. Makes sense, right? It's funny, I remember this story when I was maybe about 11 or 12 years old. I had no fear as a child. And I remember playing at the playground with my friends, and one of our balls went into this little swamp area. And all the trees in the swamp area were bare. They didn't have any leaves on them. And I was going to get the ball, and all of a sudden, my friend screamed because on the bare tree, they saw a snake wrapped around. They said, "Tiff, come out, come out. There's a snake on the bare tree." Now, as you can see, I lived, but they were able to see the snake because the trees were all bare. Makes sense, right? All right, so what is a sentence pattern that you can use to actually use this word like a native English speaker? Here's the pattern. All the trees, ... were bare. Let me show you how you can use it. All the trees in her backyard were bare. Or remember the story I just told. All the trees in the swamp were bare. So you can use this pattern as well. Bare. Make sense? All right, now it's time for you to take another quiz. Here's the quiz. It's going to be a little bit harder this time, all right? Here's the first question. Again, the trees in our neighborhood are all... 2, 1. Time. What's the answer? Yes, they're all bare. Excellent. Very good. Very good. All right. Question number 2. It was ... that so many people turned up to the party. 3, 2, 1. Time. Not it, but I said it instead of I was thrilled that so many people turned up to the party. Excellent. All right. question number 3. Fill in the blank. He's been sleeping well for the last few days, so now he's feeling, time has started, 2, 1. Yes, he's feeling peppy. Excellent job, very good. All right, question number 4, here we go. Fill in the blank. The people I met were very, 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Time, were very, yes, good-natured. Excellent. All right, last question. You can do it. I believe in you. Here we go. It's a bit, today. I gave you a hint. 5 seconds. Here we go. It's a bit, time, nippy. Excellent job. It's a bit nippy today. Excellent job. Don't forget, if you want to keep studying with me, all you have to do is go to www.letsjumprightin.com. Join tons of individuals from all over the world and learn how to improve your English every single day. Go to letsjumprightin.com. I'll see you there. Now, the word I want to explain to you is this one. Perk. Good job. Again after me. Perk. Excellent. Last time, perk. Great job. Now, this word perk just means an advantage or something extra. Again, an advantage or something extra. Now, how can you use this in real life? Let me tell you this quick story. So I used to work for NASA. I worked for NASA for a while, and I also worked in different government sectors. So I enjoyed my different jobs and my different responsibilities, but one perk of working for the government was that I had an unlimited supply of pens and markers available to me. Now, I love drawing. I love nice pens. I love nice pencils. So I used to buy a lot of pencils and pens and pencils. But when I started working for the government, I remember the day my boss took me into the supply room, and there were pens everywhere, thousands of pens, thousands of markers, highlighters of every color and every shape and size, and I was in heaven. And I said, oh, so this is one of the perks of working for the government. I could have access to all the stationery I wanted. So my notebooks for work looked beautiful. Makes sense, right? So again, what I want you to think about, again, using this word in real life, think about your job. What are some of the perks of your job? Think of the advantages. Maybe your job is very close to your home. Maybe you also have access to a lot of stationery. Think of the perks of your job. What are the advantages that you receive from working at your job? Now, let me give you an example sentence. We're going to look at 3. The first one is this one. One of the perks of online shopping is finding the best deals for the item you want to purchase. Makes sense, right? Now, sentence number 2. American Express Blue offers a wide range of perks. American Express is a type of credit card. It offers a wide range, many different perks. Excellent. Now, sentence number 3. You might think of these cards like business cards with perks. You caught it, right? So now you understand the meaning of this word perk. Again, think about your job. If you're not working right now, maybe your previous job or when you were in school or your college or university. Think of some of the perks of your job or your university. Put them in the comment section. Let's all kind of practice together. Now, let's move on to word number 2 and see how you can use it in real life. The second word is thrive. A little tricky, I know. Put your tongue through your teeth for the TH sound. After me, thrive. Excellent. Last time after me, thrive. Great job. Now, thrive just means to grow, develop, or be successful. to grow, develop, or be successful. Now, this word can be used in so many different situations, real life situations. One that's actually connected to you. So, I have been an English teacher on YouTube for a long time. And I remember when I first started out, I bought a plant. That plant represented my growth as a teacher online and helping students. However, that plant didn't last because the sun was too hot at one point, and then there was too much water being given to the plant. So the plant didn't live. And I was a little sad, but I bought another plant. I bought a snake plant. And snake plants are known for their ability to thrive in any condition. Now, this snake plant is actually right in front of me right now. I haven't watered it in a while because you're not supposed to water it often. It thrives very easily. It thrives in any condition. Again, it can grow and develop in any condition. So in English, we say thrive. Now you can use this word to talk about many different things. She's thriving now because she goes to a school that's not too far from her parents' home. He's thriving right now because he's using his talents. So thrive can be used in many different real life situations. I want you to try to use thrive as well, at least one time today. And you can also put an example in the comment section. Now, here's the first example sentence I want to give you. A business cannot thrive without investments. A business cannot thrive without investments. Sentence number 2. Loving relationships thrive in an open and honest environment. They grow, they get stronger when the couple, the man and the woman, are speaking together to each other and they're open and honest. Now, sentence number 3. These animals rarely thrive in captivity. They don't grow, they don't develop in the same way they would if they were out in the wild. You see, we can use this word in many different real life situations. Thrive. So think about a child. In what type of environment would a child thrive and grow and become more intelligent? Think about that. Comment section. All right, here is word number 3. Word number 3 is bluff. Yes, this one is also a little tricky to pronounce. Again, bluff. Excellent, that B sound and the F sound. Real quick, remember, if you want to improve your pronunciation, don't forget to download the English with Tiffani app. Again, you can have it on your Android or your iPhone, whichever phone you have. This app includes pronunciation lessons and so much more to help you improve your English. So again, bluff can be a little bit tricky, but all you need is a little bit more practice. The link is in the description for the English with Tiffani app. So again, bluff. Excellent. Now, this word just means pretending in a difficult situation or trying to deceive someone as to one's abilities or intentions. Now, real life situation. When I turned 27, I was living in South Korea. And I've told this story during a story time before, a while back. And we were planning a surprise party for another friend of ours who was actually going to be leaving Korea, and her birthday was before she was going to leave. So we were planning a surprise party for her. Now, I was helping with the planning of this party. So we were going to the venue, the location, and when I opened the door to the place we were having the party, people were everywhere, and they screamed, "Surprise!" And I said, "Guys, she's not here yet. She's not here yet." They were like, "No, Tiff, surprise." I was like, "What do you guys mean?" You see, my birthday was at the same time as this friend's birthday was. But I thought everyone was bluffing and that they were just trying to trick me. It was actually for her. But actually, the party was for me. They really had been bluffing the whole time. They were tricking me into thinking it was for her when it was actually for me. Bluffing. Makes sense, right? So here we go. Sentence number 1. She says someone else has made her a higher offer, but I think she's bluffing. I think she's lying. Bluffing and lying are very similar. So you know how to use the word lying. Now you can use the word bluffing. Now, next one. Here we go. Everyone could tell that he was bluffing. He's not telling the truth. He's bluffing. You can use this in many different real life situations. Next, he is kind and friendly, but he bluffs a lot. He lies a lot. Again, using this in a real life situation. So the third word, bluff. Now the fourth word is a little bit longer, but it's very useful. This word is prolonged. Again, prolonged. Excellent. Last time after me, prolonged. Great job. Now this just means lasting longer than usual or expected. Lasting longer than usual or expected. Now, real life situation. I told you before, several months ago, that one of the best shows you can watch, one of the best TV dramas you can watch, if you want to understand Americans and American life, the show is called This Is Us. Absolutely amazing. This show shows so much about Americans. Again, not just from the black perspective, not just from the white perspective, but literally Americans in general. You'll see many different cultures in the show. It's a great show. So the show, actually, it went off last week. The show finale was last week. But the show really was good. So every week, people would wait for the show to come on. But when COVID hit, the pandemic of 2020, it didn't come on as often as we would have liked, which was understandable. But there was a prolonged period where the show did not come on TV. I mean, several months. So everyone was wondering what's happening. Why isn't the show coming on TV? There was a prolonged break. Again, lasting longer than usual or expected. It went a little long when we compared it to other television shows. But when it came back on after the prolonged period of waiting, it was so good. It was worth the wait. So hopefully you can check it out. Again, it's called This Is Us. Now, that's a real life situation where I was able to use prolonged. I had to wait for a long period of time for the show to come back on. Think about something you've had to wait for a long period of time to happen. Sentence number 1. How are you going to explain your prolonged absence? We knew you were going to be absent, but you were gone a little bit too long. Prolonged absence. Number 2, she did not want a prolonged discussion. Too long. I just want it short and sweet and to the point. And finally, she prolonged her exposure to the sun. She was out in the sun for a long period of time. In English, we say prolonged. So again, think of something that lasts longer than expected. We say prolonged, using it in real life. Now, word number 5. This is a word you've probably heard before. It's very useful, but it's a little bit tricky to pronounce. So, after me. Vulnerable. Good. I know it's tricky. Again, after me. Vulnerable. Good. That V, front teeth, bottom lip, and then the l sound. Last time. Vulnerable. Excellent. Now, this word vulnerable just means easily hurt or harmed physically, mentally, or emotionally. Now, as I think about this word, a real life situation comes to mind. This actually happened maybe about 3 months ago. I was walking into my apartment building. I had just gotten out of my car and I was walking toward the stairs to get to my apartment when I saw a little boy. Now, the little boy was no more than 6 years old, if that, maybe around 5 or 6 years old. He was a little boy, but I noticed that he was alone, and immediately I stopped. Why? Because children are vulnerable. Again, easily hurt, easily harmed physically, mentally, or emotionally. No one was with him, and I thought it was odd because of his age. So I looked at him and I said, "Hey, hon, where's your mommy?" And he burst into tears. He said, I don't know where my mom is. And he just continued to cry. And I said, honey, it's okay. Calm down. It's all right. It's okay. We're going to find your mom. We're going to get you to your apartment. And he started to calm down and he stopped crying as much. Why? Because he was vulnerable. No one was with him and he was scared, right? He didn't know where his mom was. He was okay when I started talking to him and calming him down, but children are vulnerable. Makes sense, right? A real life situation. Now, everything worked out fine. A friend came that he knew, it was like his uncle, came and called his mom, and the little boy was safe. But again, children are vulnerable. So think about someone else you know that's vulnerable, or a situation that would make you feel vulnerable. Here's an example sentence. Number 1, we work mainly with the elderly and other vulnerable groups, people that can't really protect themselves. Number 2, children are the most vulnerable members of society, like the little boy I saw at the front of my apartment building. And sentence number 3, she's so vulnerable and practically incapable of doing anything on her own about her problems. She's vulnerable. So again, think about real life situations where you can use this word, someone is vulnerable. Now, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you use these words in real life situations. Remember, it's important to remain consistent. You have to study every day. Apply what you learn. Again, I've created lessons, daily lessons that will help you remain consistent and learn even more. So go to dailyenglishLessons.com if you'd like to continue studying with me and students from around the world. I'm going to introduce you to an amazing YouTube channel where you can watch the video after this one and you'll be able to hear the words that you will learn. Are you ready? Well then, I'm teacher Tiffany. Let's jump right in. Now, the video that I'm going to be referencing comes from an amazing YouTube channel. This gentleman, Johnny Harris, has an awesome YouTube channel with very interesting documentaries, videos on travel, and so many other things. But the video I am referencing today is actually about McDonald's. That's right. The video is called "The Real Reason McDonald's Ice Cream Machines Are Always Broken." Now, in this video, Johnny Harris literally uses tons of English vocabulary words that will help you sound more like a native English speaker. So let's get started with the first word that pops up during the video. This word is also extremely important for you to know and understand. The word is conspiracy. Conspiracy. Now, real quick, before I go over the definition, I want you to repeat after me. Conspiracy. Excellent. Again, conspiracy. Great job. Last time after me. Conspiracy. Excellent. Very good. Now, I'm helping you with the pronunciation, but don't forget, if you want to improve your English pronunciation, all you have to do is download my app, English with Tiffani. The link is right in the description, or you can go to your phone and download the app. It will definitely help you improve your English pronunciation. Now, let's check out this word and see what the definition is. Conspiracy. This word means a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. Again, they're coming together to do something that's not good. It's not lawful. We say conspiracy. Now, here's an example sentence using the word. The 3 men are accused of conspiracy. Remember, conspiracy just means a secret plan by a group to do something that's unlawful. So again, the 3 men are accused of conspiracy. Now, sentence number 2, using this word. I suspected that he was involved in the conspiracy. Again, I suspected that he was involved in the conspiracy. And now sentence number 3. You can get a good idea of how to use this word in real life. At first, he was blissfully unaware of the conspiracy against him. He was happy, living his best life. He didn't know there was a conspiracy against him. So, one more time. At first, he was blissfully unaware of the conspiracy against him. Makes sense, right? So again, conspiracy. The first word you will hear, and once again, you'll hear this word at the 1 second mark. Notice the timestamp. When you turn this video on, again, after you watch this lesson, go directly to the video. The link is in the description, and you can watch the lesson from Johnny Harris about McDonald's. Now, let's check out word number 2. Word number 2 is nefarious. Nefarious. Now, I want to help you with the pronunciation. So after me again, nefarious. Excellent. Last time, nefarious. Good. Front teeth on your bottom lip. Excellent. Now, the word nefarious, it just means actions or activities that are morally bad. Something that is not good. In English, we say nefarious, nefarious. Now, let me give you an example sentence using this word. The first example sentence is, most of us know that information sent over internet wires can be used by individuals who have nefarious intentions in mind. It makes sense, right? It's a long, advanced English sentence, but since you now understand the word nefarious, again, actions or activities that are morally bad, you now understand this sentence. So one more time, most of us know that information sent over internet wires can be used by individuals who have nefarious intentions in mind, or morally bad intentions in mind. Now, what about this sentence? Sentence number 2. In the end, if you have the most money and property, then you are successful in your efforts to beat the villains at their own nefarious game. Again, an advanced English sentence, but now you understand this advanced English word. So once again, in the end, if you have the most money and property, then you are successful in your efforts to beat the villains at their own nefarious game. Now, sentence number 3. The company's CEO seems to have been involved in some nefarious practices or activities. Either one works. Again, the company's CEO seems to have been involved in some nefarious practices or activities. Again, now you understand the word nefarious. So once again, remember, when you watch the video by Johnny Harris, you want to listen for this word at the 1 minute and 33 second mark. 1 minute and 33 seconds into the video, you will hear the word nefarious. Now, what about word number 3? Another word that is very important for you to understand. The word is skeptical. Skeptical. After me, skeptical. Woo, very good. Again, skeptical. Excellent. Last time after me, skeptical. Great job. Now, the word skeptical just means not easily convinced, having doubts or reservations. Like if you're going to pick out a camera and you're just not sure if the camera you're looking at is good or not. You're a bit skeptical. Now, check out these example sentences. The first one is, she turned in time to see Mrs. Watson's skeptical look turn into a smile. Again, she turned in time to see Mrs. Watson's skeptical look turn into a smile. Makes sense, right? Now, sentence number 2. His expression was skeptical. Again, his expression was skeptical. And sentence number 3. But over the last few years, I've become skeptical about the whole thing. I'm not really sure if this whole thing is good or not. I'm having some doubts. I'm not convinced. Once again, but over the last few years, I've become skeptical about the whole thing. Makes sense, right? So again, when you watch the video by Johnny Harris, listen for the word skeptical at the 1 minute and 55 second mark. So we have word number 3. Now I want to teach you word number 4. It will pop up in the video with Johnny Harris. This is a combination word, and it is mind numbing. Mind numbing. I want you to watch closely and listen closely. Mind numbing. Excellent. Again, after me. Mind numbing. Great job. Last time after me. Mind numbing. Excellent. Now, mind numbing, just to make sure you understand this properly. Mind numbing means so extreme or intense as to prevent normal thought. You're so overwhelmed. It's so intense that you can't think normally. It's just too much for you to deal with. It's mind numbing. I just can't think clearly. My mind feels like it's numb. Mind numbing. So for example, here's a good sentence. The jury sat through hours of mind numbing testimonies. Testimony after testimony. So many testimonies, and the jury, they couldn't even focus anymore. So again, the jury sat through hours of mind-numbing testimonies. Sentence number 2. The whole experience was mind-numbing. Again, mind-numbing means so extreme or intense as to prevent normal thought. We couldn't even think clearly because the whole experience was mind-numbing. And finally, sentence number 3. The repetition was mind-numbing, over and over and over again. Think about it. When I'm helping you with pronunciation, I normally repeat myself 3 times, sometimes 4, but normally 3 times. But imagine if I said, repeat after me 35 times. That would be mind-numbing. Oh my goodness, the repetition was mind-numbing. Makes sense, right? I think you got it. So again, when you watch the video right after this one with Johnny Harris, listen for mind numbing at the 2 minute and 7 second mark. Okay, 2 minutes and 7 seconds into the video, he is going to say mind numbing. Now, what about number 5? Number 5 is also another word that you must understand. The word is epidemic. Epidemic. So after me, epidemic. Excellent. Again, epidemic. Yes, last time, epidemic. Great job. Now, the word epidemic just means excessively prevalent or excessively happening, often over a large area at a particular time. Again, it's prevalent. It's happening in many different areas. We call this situation an epidemic. This thing, whatever's happening is an epidemic. Let's check out an example sentence to help you understand this more. A great epidemic burst forth in that area. Again, it was prevalent, happening often over a large area. Hey, they had a great epidemic burst forth in that area, and usually it's not a good thing. Let's look at sentence number 2. She was carried off by the epidemic. Again, she was carried off by the epidemic. And finally, sentence number 3. The threat of an epidemic caused great alarm and trepidation. People were nervous. People were scared. Oh my goodness. The threat of an epidemic caused great alarm and trepidation. So again, when you watch the video, listen for this word epidemic at the 3 minute mark. So number 5 again was epidemic. What about number 6? Another one that's very important for you to understand. Number 6 is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling, all right? Mind-boggling. Now, this is something that is very important for you to understand. But repeat after me. Mind-boggling. Good. Again, mind-boggling. Great. I want you to look at it one more time, or pay attention one more time to what this word, this combination of words looks like. So again, mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. So last time, watch me if you're looking at the video. Mind-boggling. Excellent. Now, this just means having a very powerful or overwhelming effect on the mind. Again, having a very powerful or overwhelming effect on the mind. We say mind-boggling, like, oh my goodness, my mind, mind-boggling. That was mind-boggling. So let me give you an example sentence. Here we go. The huge range of animals at the zoo is truly mind-boggling. Think about it. When you go to the zoo, you're not just going to see 2 or 3 or even 10 animals. There are hundreds of animals when you go to the zoo. So again, it's mind-boggling. One more time. The huge range of animals at the zoo is truly mind-boggling. Now, sentence number 2. There are so many of them that it might be mind-boggling for a while. You may feel overwhelmed. You may not be able to concentrate. You're going to feel overwhelmed. Again, sentence number 2. There are so many of them that it might be mind-boggling for a while. And sentence number 3. The wealth of information available in gardening, on organic gardening, can quickly become mind-boggling. One more time. The wealth of information available on organic gardening can quickly become mind-boggling. There's so much information, you can feel overwhelmed. It can become mind-boggling. Makes sense, right? So again, when you go to watch the video after this one, listen for mind-boggling at the 6-minute and 3-second mark. Again, mind-boggling. Now, what about number 7? Again, another one that is so important for you to understand because native English speakers use it on a regular basis. The word is infuriating. Infuriating. Now, I want you to repeat after me. Infuriating. Yes, good. Again, infuriating. Excellent. Last time after me. Infuriating. Excellent job. Very good. Now, the word infuriating just means causing feelings of extreme anger. Causing feelings of extreme anger. When someone is super upset, I told you not to do that. They are infuriated, extremely angry. So listen to this first sentence, sentence number 1. It is infuriating to talk to someone who just looks out of the window. You're having a conversation with that individual, and the whole time they're looking out the window, not paying attention. It is infuriating to talk to someone who just looks out of the window. What about sentence number 2? The infuriating thing is that he is always right. Now, this is kind of funny. Imagine a wife speaking about her husband and saying this. It's infuriating. He's always right. I'm the one that's wrong. He's always right. She can get really angry, right? Maybe that's you. All right. And sentence number 3. Sentence number 3 is, it's infuriating when people keep spelling your name wrong, isn't it? Now, this is interesting. My name is Tiffani, as you know. But my name is spelled Tiffani. Many people spell it Tiffany. So a lot of times people will misspell my name because they think it's with a Y. Now, I don't get angry. I just tell them the correct spelling. But for some people, it can make them extremely angry. And they can say, it's infuriating when people keep spelling your name wrong. isn't it? Makes sense, right? Okay, so again, when you go to watch the video, listen for this word at the 6-minute and 5-second mark. Again, the word is infuriating. Now we're going to look at word number 8, another good word. This word is nuance. Nuance. Now, I want you to repeat after me. Nuance. Yes, get those lips out. Nuance. Good job. Last time after me. Nuance. Excellent. All right. Now the word nuance, this means a shade of meaning, expression, or sound. A shade of meaning, expression, or sound. It's not necessarily clear. It's there, but it's not really clear. We say a nuance. So let me give you an example sentence, and this will help you understand the word more. He was aware of every nuance in her voice. Let me give you an example that will help you understand based on this sentence. Now, I'm going to say something to you. Normally, I had a wonderful day. Makes sense, right? But I want you to listen closely to how my voice, the sound of my voice changes this time. I had a wonderful day. Now, I said the same thing, but my voice sounded a bit different, right? I was a little bit slower when I was speaking. I kind of added a little bit more of a shrug if you're looking at the video, and my voice sounded different. You were aware of the nuance in my voice. Tiffani, you said that you had a wonderful day, but it doesn't sound like you did. That means you were aware of the nuance in my voice. Not really clear, but something was there. In English, we say nuance. You got it, right? Okay, now, sentence number 2. Colin loves to analyze every little nuance of our conversation, every little part that could have another meaning. Colin loves to analyze every little nuance of our conversation. And now, what about sentence number 3? She managed to capture every nuance of his expression in the portrait. She was looking at the painting, the portrait, and she could pick up little things in the portrait that had a deeper meaning to them. Again, she managed to capture every nuance of his expression in the portrait. So again, listen for this word at the 11-minute and 7-second mark. Again, the word is nuance. Now, what about word number 9? The word is obscure. Obscure. I want you to repeat after me. Obscure. Yes, good. Again, obscure. Excellent. Last time after me. Obscure. Great job. Now, the word obscure just means not known to many people. Again, not known to many people. Many people don't know about this thing or this person. It's a little bit obscure. Again, not known to many people. So check out this example sentence. It was an obscure corner of the world. It wasn't a place that many people had visited before, not like the Leaning Tower of Pisa or the Empire State Building. No, this corner of the world was a bit obscure. Not many people knew about it. Now, what about sentence number 2? The origin of the kingdom is obscure. Not many people know about the origin of the kingdom. The origin of the kingdom is obscure. And what about sentence number 3? There's always eBay when you're looking for a deal or an obscure item. You want to buy something that not too many people know about? Go to eBay. So again, there's always eBay when you're looking for a deal or an obscure item, an item that not too many people know about. So when you watch the video after this one, make sure you listen for this word obscure at the 11-minute and 45-second mark. You'll hear it and you'll know what he means when he actually says the word. Now, the final thing we're going to look at, we're going to actually learn is not a word, it's actually an expression. Number 10. Now, this expression is just call the guy. Just call the guy. Now, just call the guy. What does this mean? But I want to go over the pronunciation first. Just call the guy. Good. Remember, for the, put your tongue through your teeth. The. Excellent. So again, after me, just call the guy. Excellent. Last time after me, just call the guy. Great job. Now, just call the guy. This means a guy or woman who is an authorized service technician. A guy or woman who is an authorized service technician. Again, authorized service technician. Hey, call the guy. He can help you. Let's check out some example sentences. The first one is right here. I told her to just call the guy. You don't know how to do it? Just call the guy. You may not know the individual, but that's the guy that will help you with your issue. Just call the guy. Now, sentence number 2. They were worried, so they just called the guy to fix it. Again, they were worried, so they just called the guy to fix it. And sentence number 3. I tried to just call the guy for how many times already? Again, I tried to just call the guy for how many times already? I've already tried to call him so many times. Just call the guy. So when you watch the video after this one, listen for just call the guy at the 13-minute and 10-second mark. Again, just call the guy. Hey, welcome to episode 2 of our How to Use English Words in Real Life. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to teach you 5 English words that you can use in real life to sound more like a native English speaker. Are you ready? Well then, I'm teacher Tiffani. Let's jump right in. Now, the very first word is provoke. Good. Again, after me, provoke. Excellent. Last time, provoke. Great job. Now, I want you to listen to this story and see if you can guess the meaning of the word provoke. A few days ago, I was online and I watched a video. There was a monkey, a big monkey in a cage, and he was sitting down relaxing, and then a man walked up. And the man started to provoke the monkey. He started trying to mess with him, and the monkey all of a sudden got angry. And the monkey, as the man was putting his hand to try to provoke him again, stuck his arm through the cage, through the gate, and he grabbed the man's shirt. All of a sudden, the man started to panic. He had been provoking the monkey, and now the monkey was upset. So what do you think the word provoke actually means? Well, provoke actually means to stimulate or give rise to a reaction or emotion, typically a strong or unwelcome one. Just like in the story, the man was provoking the monkey. You caught it right. Now, the man was okay, but he was extremely scared, but he had been provoking the monkey. So you can use it again in real life. Now, here's the first example sentence. Dairy products may provoke allergic reactions in some people. Provoke or give rise to something that's unwelcome. For example, I can't eat cheese. I have a cheese allergy. So just like this example sentence says, dairy products may provoke allergic reactions in some people. Now, sentence number 2. Such a decision may provoke a backlash from their supporters. Again, such a decision may provoke a backlash from their supporters. And number 3, the article was intended to provoke thought, to make people think. Now remember, typically it's an unwelcome one, but in this situation, provoking thought is a good thing. So again, in English, we say provoke. Now I want you to think of a way to use this word at least one time today. Now, word number 2 is rave. Rave. Good. Last time after me. Rave. Excellent. Now, again, if you need help with your English pronunciation, don't forget to download my app, English with Tiffani. The link is in the description, and it can help you because I have tons of lessons on English pronunciation. Now, this word rave, let me tell you a real quick story. You see, several weeks ago, I received some messages from family and friends because they know that I love Indian food. Yes, Indian food is delicious. And they said, Tiff, listen, there's this amazing Indian restaurant. This restaurant is in Virginia. They have a buffet and the food is absolutely amazing. They were raving about this Indian restaurant. Now, the restaurant's name is Aditi, Aditi. So since they were raving about the Indian food, I decided to go. And when I went, I understood why they were raving about the restaurant. The food was so good. Now, do you know what the word rave means? I think you got it. The word rave simply means talk wildly. To talk wildly or incoherently, as if one were delirious or insane. Now, this can be used in a negative or a positive way. The story that I told you uses it in a positive way. So, for example, when my family and friends were raving about the restaurant, they were saying, Tiff, listen, all we can say is it's really good. So they were sometimes speaking a little bit incoherently, talking wildly because it was so delicious, the food there. We say rave in English. So here's an example sentence. Now I understand why travelers rave about Bali. Bali is so beautiful, right? Sentence number 2. Her performance at Madison Square won rave reviews from the critics. And sentence number 3. The movie received rave reviews on all social media blogs. Everyone was saying how good it was. So again, in English, we say rave, and now you can use this word in real life. Now, word number 3 is also very important. Word number 3, I want you to repeat after me. Reflect. Good. Again after me. Reflect. Excellent. Last time. Reflect. Great job. Now, what does this word reflect mean? Let me tell you. You see, several weeks ago, I was watching my nieces. One of my nieces is 12 years old, and the other one is 5 years old. Now, the 5-year-old, she's a cutie. They're both very cute girls, but the 5-year-old, she has a mind of her own sometimes, and she doesn't want to listen. Sometimes she wants to do what she wants to do. So one day, as I was watching them, I saw her hit her sister, and I saw her continue to hit her sister, and I said, no, don't do that. I need you to stop. She said, what did I do? I said, okay. I need you to go to your room. Go ahead. And I need you to reflect on what you did and then come back down and tell me what happened. I need you to think deeply about what just happened. So go to your room, reflect on what you did, and then come back and tell me what you did. Explain to me why you hit your sister. I need you to think about it. Go and reflect in your room. Now, what do you think the word reflect means? Yes, the word reflect means to think deeply or carefully about. Now, of course, she came back downstairs and everything was fine. This happened actually more than a few weeks ago, a long time ago. But again, it just means to think deeply or carefully about. Now, here's an example sentence. You have to reflect on how to answer his questions before you get home. I need you to think deeply about his questions and how to answer them. Sentence number 2. For those who went the distance, it was time to reflect on their achievements, to think about their achievements deeply. And finally, the start of a new year is a good time to reflect on the many achievements of the past. In English, we say reflect. And again, you can use this in real life, just like I did, to explain to you what happened with my niece in the story. Now, word number 4 is also another one that's so important. Word number 4 may be tricky, but I want you to repeat after me. Squeamish. I told you it's tricky. Again, squeamish. Excellent. Last time, squeamish. Great job. Now, let me tell you this. This happened about 5 years ago. 5 years ago, my mom, my dad, and I, we decided to take a walk. This is when I was staying with my parents, and I was home from Korea for a little bit, and we were taking a walk in the neighborhood. And my parents just happened to be behind me talking, and as we were walking, I saw something in front of me. It actually was a deer, and unfortunately, the deer had died. And I saw the deer in front of me, but I wanted to get a closer look. I was curious. So I walked close to the deer, and my parents said, "Hey, what you doing, Tiff?" I said, "Oh, I just want to see this deer." They said, "Okay." And I heard something in their voice, but I didn't know what it was. And as I got closer to the deer, I saw maggots everywhere. I was so shocked. And ever since that day, I have been squeamish whenever someone mentions maggots or has a picture or a video with maggots, because after seeing literally millions or hundreds of thousands of maggots everywhere over the body of that deer, I literally was shocked. So now I'm squeamish. I can't really look at any pictures or any videos where there are lots of maggots after that happened. Now, did you guess what the word squeamish meant? I think you got it. Squeamish means of a person easily made to feel sick, faint, or disgusted, especially by unpleasant images such as the sight of blood. So for me, now it's the sight of maggots because of what happened when I was walking with my parents. Now, here's an example sentence. She's really squeamish and can't stand the sight of blood. Again, she can't stand the sight of blood. Sentence number 2. Many amateur chefs are squeamish about adding live shellfish into the boiling water. And sentence number 3. I was squeamish about seeing the terrible accident on the bridge. Again, made to feel sick, faint, or disgusted, usually by the sight of blood, or it can be other things as well. In English, we say squeamish, and now you can use this word as well. Now, word number 5 is another good one. Word number 5 is substantial. Good. Again, after me, substantial. Excellent. Last time after me, substantial. Great job. Now, when I was in Korea, this happened probably about maybe 6 years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. So at that time, there was a big hurricane in Puerto Rico. So maybe it was only about 4 or 5 years ago. But anyways, there was a big hurricane in Puerto Rico. Now, one of my closest friends, her family is from Puerto Rico. Actually, her and her husband's family. And at that time, her family experienced a lot of difficulties because of the hurricane. So our friends and I that were living in Korea at that time as missionary English teachers, we decided to help her out so that she could send money to her family. And initially, we tried to only get together a small amount of money because we were missionaries. But we were able to collect a substantial amount of money. And we were able to give the money to her so that she could help her family in Puerto Rico. It was a very difficult time for Puerto Ricans at that time because the hurricane was so bad. But we were so happy and we praised God that we were able to collect such a substantial amount to help her family. Now, what do you think the word substantial actually means? All right, the word substantial literally means of considerate importance, size, or worth. So we were able to collect a lot of money. All right, here's the example sentence. Best of all, she could save a substantial amount of money for a down payment on her own place. She was able to save a lot of money to get her house. Sentence number 2. Only people who have made substantial contributions will be considered. Only those who have given a good amount, a large amount of money would be considered. And finally, at the end of the year, the bills totaling a substantial amount could be donated to charity. Again, a large amount. In English, we say substantial. Hey, so your goal is to speak English fluently, like a native English speaker. Well, in order for you to sound like a native English speaker, there are certain English words that you must know. So in today's lesson, I'm going to give you the words you need to study this week in order to sound like a native English speaker. Words you must know. Are you ready? Well then, I'm teacher Tiffani. Let's jump right in. All right, so let's get started with the word for Sunday. The word for Sunday is conspiracy. Ooh, nice job. Again after me, conspiracy. Excellent. Last time after me, conspiracy. Great job. Now, this just means a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. I want you to think about it like this. Maybe in your country, instead of a president, you have a prime minister or a king, right? And maybe you love your king or your prime minister or your president. Many people love your president or your king or prime minister, but there is a small group of people that don't. And maybe these people decide, hey, we have to remove this president. Hey, we have to remove this king. So they start coming up with plans to remove the president, to remove the king or the prime minister. This plan, what they're doing, is considered to be a conspiracy. You got it, didn't you? I know you felt that story, right? So listen, again, a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. In English, we say conspiracy. Now, let me give you some example sentences that will help you use this word properly. Here we go. The first one is this. The 3 men are accused of conspiracy. These 3 men were planning to do something unlawful or harmful. They are accused of conspiracy. What about this one? Sentence number 2. You know, I suspected that he was involved in the conspiracy. I suspected that he was involved with that group that was making a plan to do something unlawful or harmful. You got it? Again, I suspected that he was involved in the conspiracy. Good job. Now, what about this sentence? Sentence number 3. At first, he was blissfully unaware of the conspiracy against him. He wasn't aware of the fact that this group actually was planning to do something unlawful or harmful to him. Again, at first, he was blissfully unaware of the conspiracy against him. Make sense? Good. Now remember, this is the word that you need to learn today, being Sunday when this lesson is going live. This is your word for today, the word you must know, conspiracy. Remember, I want you to try to learn this word and try to use it at least one time today. Now, for Monday, the next word you're going to learn is nefarious. It can be a little tricky. Don't worry, I got you. Again, nefarious. Excellent. Last time after me, remember the F sound just requires you to put your front teeth on your bottom lip. So after me, nefarious. Excellent job. Now this just means actions or activities that are morally bad. Hey, that's really not good. Something that's morally bad. Hey, actions or activities that are morally bad. In English, we say nefarious. Now remember, this is the word you're going to be using for, let's see if I can point to it. There we go. Monday, all right? So let's check out some example sentences using this word. Most of us know that information sent over internet wires can be used by individuals with morally bad intent or with nefarious intent. Think about it. People wanting to steal your information and using it maybe to get a credit card. This is an example of someone doing something with a nefarious intent. Make sense? One more time. Most of us know that information sent over internet wires can be used by individuals with nefarious intent. You got it? All right, let's check out the second example sentence, all right? The word that we have for Monday. In the end, she was successful in her efforts to beat the villains at their own nefarious game. Again, remember, it just means actions or activities that are morally bad. And finally, the third sentence using this word. I know the list of nefarious uses for the internet, but I'm not worried about them. Hey, I know that there's a list that shows how many bad things can be done on the internet or using the internet, but I'm not worried about those things. I'm not concerned about them. Again, I know the list of nefarious uses for the internet, but I'm not worried about them. Makes sense, right? Now, again, this is the word for Monday. I want you to be able to understand it and use it at least once. Now, I'm going to give you the word for Tuesday, but I wanted to remind you that if you're not on my list, again, the totally free newsletter I send out 3 times a week that helps you improve your English, I need you to go to speakenglishwithtiffani.com/newsletter. Every week, 3 times a week, I send out an email, totally free, that will help you improve your English. So I'd love for you to join thousands upon thousands of English learners around the world that are every week, 3 times a week, learning even more with me, getting extra stories, extra tips, and resources. So again, hit the link in the description or go to speakenglishwithtiffani.com/newsletter. All right, so let's go to the word for Tuesday. On Tuesday, the word you need to use and learn is skeptical. It's kind of fun to say it, right? Again, skeptical. Oh, good. Last time after me. Skeptical. Excellent. Now, this just means not easily convinced or having doubts or reservations. One more time. Not easily convinced or having doubts or reservations. For example, I tell you all the time, listen, you can achieve your English goals. Listen, you will be able to sound like me. You will be able to speak English like a native English speaker. But sometimes your response is like this. Come on, Teacher Tiffani. Really? Are you telling me that I will be able to achieve my goals? Skeptical. Now, I know you probably trust me, but sometimes you might think to yourself, ooh, is it possible? I know Tiffani said it is, but is it really possible? Not easily convinced, having doubts or reservations. Skeptical. Makes sense, right? I don't want you to be skeptical. I believe in you, but that's what the word means. So check out these example sentences. She turned in time to see Mrs. Watson's skeptical look turn into a smile. Miss Watson had this skeptical look, and then all of a sudden, she started smiling. Again, she turned in time to see Mrs. Watson's skeptical look turn into a smile. You got it? All right, here's the second example sentence. His expression was skeptical. Again, his expression was skeptical. You got it? All right, here's the third example sentence. But over the last few years, I've become skeptical about the whole thing. I'm not really sure. I'm doubting if it's going to be possible. But over the last few years, I've become skeptical about the whole thing. Make sense? All right, so again, on Tuesday, this is your word. I want you to make sure you understand it and use it at least one time. And remember, in our last lesson, I talked about the importance of learning and teaching something. So try to teach this word to someone as well. So let's go to Wednesday. The word for Wednesday is actually a combo word. Mind numbing. Now I'm waiting for you to say it. Let's do it again after me. Mind numbing. Ooh, good job. Last time after me. Mind numbing. Excellent. Now, this just means so extreme or intense as to prevent normal thought. So intense, so extreme as to prevent normal thought. For example, I've told you the story about when I took my exam trying to graduate when I was in grad school in South Korea. The exam included Hanja, Chinese characters. It was extremely difficult. I had to take the test 3 times. The very first time I took the test and I looked at it, it was mind-numbing. I couldn't think straight. It was so intense. What I was looking at made no sense to me. Mind-numbing. You got it, right? Okay, let's check out an example sentence. I did pass. God is good. Here we go. I didn't want to listen to any more of his mind-numbing speech. Think about a speech you have to listen to and it's like, na 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 na, and you can't even think clearly because you don't know what is being said. I didn't want to listen to any more of his mind-numbing speech. Make sense? All right, here we go. The second sentence. The whole experience was mind-numbing. The whole experience, it really prevented normal thought. It was so intense and extreme. The whole experience was mind-numbing. Got it? All right, here we go. Now let's go to the next one. Here we go. Number 3. The repetition was mind-numbing. Again, the repetition was mind-numbing. Makes sense, right? Okay, now this is the thing. This is the word for Wednesday. I want you to make sure you understand it and then try to use it at least once, okay? Now, let's go on to Thursday. Thursday, we have another good one. This one is epidemic. Excellent. Again, epidemic. Ooh, great job. Last time after me. Epidemic. Excellent. Now, this word just means excessively prevalent or excessively happening, often over a large area at a particular time. So excessively prevalent, happening a lot in great number, or excessively happening often over a large area at a particular time. So check out this example sentence. It will help you understand this more. A great epidemic burst forth in that area. A great epidemic. It was happening everywhere. Next. She was carried off by the epidemic. She got caught up. It was happening everywhere and she got caught up in it as well. And finally, the threat of an epidemic caused great alarm and trepidation. People were nervous. People were scared. Oh no. The threat of an epidemic caused great alarm and trepidation. Makes sense, right? So again, this is the word I want you to learn for Thursday and use it on Thursday. Now, I have something special for you. On Friday, this is an expression. This expression is something that we use as native English speakers on a regular basis. All right. So again, for Friday, there's a bonus expression that you must know. This expression is to no end. Excellent. Again, to no end. Great. Last time, to no end. Nice. Now, this just means to a great extent or very much. To a great extent or very much. So let me explain this. I want to make sure it's clear for you, okay? To much, very much, or to a great extent. First sentence. He talked and talked to no end. He talked and talked to no end. It means he just wouldn't stop. It was going on and on and on. Again, he talked and talked to no end. That's the very first sentence. What about this one right here? My boss complains to no end about the company's performance. Over and over and over. My boss never stops. He's always complaining over and over to a great extent. So once again, my boss complains to no end about the company's performance. Makes sense, right? All right, now sentence number 3. I love my kids to no end. I love my kids to no end. The love I have for my children, it has no end. It's so great. I love my kids, and you probably love yours. So again, I love my kids to no end. Now, I hope these expressions and words were easy for you. Remember, this week, I want you to learn them and use them. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to hit the link in the description to join the newsletter, sending you emails 3 times a week, totally for free, with lessons to help you. Go to speakenglishwithtiffani.com/newsletter, and I'll see you in the newsletter. Hey, in today's lesson, I'm going to teach you real life English. That's right. We're going to check out a situation, and I'm going to teach you the words that native English speakers would use in real life to describe the situation. This lesson will help you sound more natural and speak English more fluently. Now, the very first thing we have to do is check out the exact situation. So here's the situation. We see 4 individuals. It looks like they're hiking. We see lots of mountains behind them. But the very first word that pops into my mind is lofty. Lofty. Now, I want you to repeat after me. Lofty. Ooh, good job. Again, lofty. Excellent. Last time, lofty. Woo, great job. Now, this word lofty, it literally just means rising to a great height or impressively high. For example, when I lived in South Korea, I loved going hiking on the weekends. I truly enjoy nature, and my time in Korea was filled with hiking with friends and students. Why? Because Korea has so many lofty mountains, very high. You caught it, right? So again, as we see in the image, as we see that there are these lofty, extremely high mountains, we have a better understanding of the word. Now, check out this example sentence. All the tourists were looking at the lofty mountains in front of them. Again, very tall, impressively high. Once again, all the tourists were looking at the lofty mountains in front of them. Makes sense, right? So again, number 1 is lofty. Now, real quick, before we go to number 2, remember, I'm trying to help you speak English fluently, but I know you probably need more help. So I want you to join my free English newsletter. That's right, totally free, 3 times a week. That's right, 1, 2, 3. I will send you an email with English tips and resources to help you improve your English. All you have to do is go to speakenglishwithtiffani.com/newsletter. I am happy to help you achieve your goals. So join the newsletter. Thousands upon thousands of students around the world are already getting this email 3 times a week. So join the newsletter by going to speakenglishwithtiffani.com/newsletter. I know you'll enjoy it. All right, so let's go back now and look at the second word. So if we scroll down the picture and see this young man with his face kind of scrunched up, the first word that pops in my head is excruciating. Excruciating. I want you to repeat after me. Excruciating. Excellent. Again, excruciating. Very good. Last time after me. Excruciating. Nice. Now, this word excruciating, it just means causing great pain or anguish. Agonizing. Causing great pain or anguish. I want you to think about a woman When a woman gives birth, brings a child into this world, she has to go through excruciating pain. You can tell by the look on a woman's face when she's delivering a baby. She has to push the baby out, and it is extremely painful. So when we look at this image, looking at his face, we can tell he's in excruciating pain. You caught it, right? Now let's check out the example sentence. Here we go. My mom said that she had an excruciating headache after the accident. Very painful, agonizing. Again, my mom said that she had an excruciating headache after the accident. Makes sense, right? Okay, so we have excruciating. Now I want us to look at a different part of this image. If we go to the right, we see this other young lady. And the first word that pops into my head is hysterical. Hysterical. We see her glasses almost falling out. So I want you to repeat after me. Hysterical. Excellent. Again, hysterical. Great job. Last time after me. Hysterical. Excellent. Now this just means extremely funny. Extremely funny. That joke was hysterical. So if we go back and we take a look at this image, it looks like something hysterical has happened, right? It looks like she's laughing hard. Her glasses are almost about to fall off of her face. So we understand this word hysterical means extremely funny. Here's an example sentence. Everyone said that his last movie was hysterical. You like my acting skills? Again, hysterical just means extremely funny. So last time, everyone said that his last movie was hysterical. Makes sense? Okay, so we have hysterical. Now, if we move along this image again, the next word that pops into my mind is supportive. Look at this young man. He seems to be holding up the other one. And the word that pops in my mind is supportive. I want you to repeat after me. Supportive. Excellent. Again, supportive. Great job. Last time after me. Supportive. Excellent. Now this word supportive, it literally just means giving help and encouragement. Again, giving help and encouragement. Take a look at the image one more time. We can see that he is helping the other guy. He's supporting him. He's holding him up. So once again, this word supportive means giving help and encouragement. Makes sense, right? So here's the example sentence. Studies have shown that children with supportive parents often do well at school. Parents that help their children and encourage them, they are supportive. One more time. Studies have shown that children with supportive parents often do well at school. Make sense? All right, excellent. So you see now, again, as a native English speaker, I'm looking at this image and words are coming up. Now, the next word that comes up as I pan to the left is shocked. Look at this young lady's face. She's standing right next to the man that we said was supportive. The word that comes to my mind is shocked. So after me, shocked. Good job. Again, shocked. Great job. Last time after me, shocked. Excellent. Now, this word shocked just means feeling very upset or surprised. Upset or surprised. Now, once again, check out her face. She looks surprised. Her eyebrows are raised. Her mouth is open. She's wondering, what happened? So again, shocked. She's very surprised. Makes sense? All right, now here's the example sentence. Michael was shocked to discover that he had no money left in his account. I don't have any money left? very surprised. Once again, Michael was shocked to discover that he had no money left in his account. In English, we say shocked. Makes sense, right? The word you need to learn is right here. Jet lag. Good. Again, jet lag. Excellent. Now, this just refers to the feeling of tiredness and confusion that people experience after making a long trip by plane to a place where the time is different from the place they left. Let me explain it like this. I used to live in South Korea. Korea is now my second home, but the time difference is really drastic. Day in Korea is night in Maryland. Night in Maryland, day Korea, and the flip. The time difference is really, really drastic. That means whenever I flew home from South Korea, I experienced extreme jet lag. I was tired in the day because my body thought that it was the nighttime. Makes sense, right? Okay, now I want you to check out these example sentences using this term jet lag, all right? Here's the first example sentence right here. After my trip to Australia, my jet lag symptoms lasted for almost a week. Now, I don't want you to go anywhere because for story time, I have a story about jet lag you don't want to miss. All right, so again, after my trip to Australia, my jet lag symptoms lasted for almost a week. You got it? All right, let's check out sentence number 2. Sentence number 2. To combat jet lag, it's important to stay hydrated and try to adjust your sleep schedule before traveling. This is something that is very important because if you don't do this, woo-wee, you are going to be tired for a long time. So again, the sentence, to combat jet lag, it's important to stay hydrated and try to adjust your sleep schedule before traveling. Got it? All right, here we go. Sentence number 3. Long-haul flights can be exhausting and often result in severe tiredness, in severe jet lag. You got it? All right, good. So for today, I want you to try to use this word jet lag at least once. Remember, I'm giving you words and an expression at the end that you can use throughout this week. Now, I do want to remind you that each week, when I teach you a brand new lesson, the English that I'm teaching you can also be found in my app. Right after this lesson, I want you to click the link in the description or go to the app on your phone, English with Tiffani. There is a practice lesson that matches the lesson we are studying right now. In order for you to start using these things in real life, you got to practice what you learn. So check out the app. You'll love the lesson. You'll find some games in there. You'll find some fill in the blanks, some quizzes to help you really master what you're learning. Okay? So go to the English with Tiffani app. Now let's go to the word for Monday. Monday's word is gallivant. Good, excellent. Again, gallivant. Great job. That V sound can be tricky sometimes. Remember, for the V sound, all you have to do is put your front teeth on your bottom lip. After me, V. Ooh, I like it. So the word again, gallivant. Great job. Now, what does it mean to gallivant? Gallivant just means to travel or wander aimlessly or search for pleasure and amusement. You're just living it up, enjoying life, gallivanting around. This makes me think of when I was in Italy with my friends for my 40th birthday trip. We went on a Mediterranean cruise for my 40th birthday. And we were in Italy, And on this day, we said, we don't have a plan. We just want to gallivant. We want to enjoy ourselves walking around the city. Whatever we find is whatever we find. And I truly enjoyed that day. I got some vegan gelato. I bought some pens from a pen store. I love stationery. If you didn't know that about me, I love stationery. Leather notebooks, nice pens, just to let you know. So we went gallivanting around Italy. Makes sense, right? Okay, now check out this example sentence. Here we go. She was always gallivanting around the world, never settling down in one place for too long. She just liked to have fun, moving around, wandering around, traveling around, gallivanting. All right, here we go. Sentence number 2. On his days off, he loved to gallivant around town, trying new restaurants and exploring new neighborhoods. You got it? All right, and finally, sentence number 3. She wanted to gallivant through Europe with her best friends, soaking up the sights and sounds. This is very interesting because my sister's best friend actually just finished a trip gallivanting with some of her close friends. It's really nice to wander or travel around for enjoyment with people you care about. Gallivant through Europe. You got it? Excellent. All right, so Monday we have gallivant. What about Tuesday? On Tuesday, I want you to try to use this word right here. Roaming. Good. Excellent. Again, roaming. Great job. Last time after me. Roaming. Nice. I love it. I love it. Now, roaming just means to move around freely or to travel without a fixed destination or purpose. Hey, we're just roaming around. We don't have a specific destination. We're fine. Everything's good. Roaming around. You got it? Excellent. Check out this example sentence. Here we go. You know, she spent her teenage years roaming the beaches of Australia, soaking up the sun and surf. Again, she spent her teenage years roaming the beaches of Australia, soaking up the sun and surf. You got it? All right, check out sentence number 2. The streets of Hong Kong are great for roaming, with lots of interesting sights and sounds around every corner. Make sense? All right, good. And sentence number 3. Sentence number 3. This one is, I love roaming around new cities, discovering hidden gems, and trying new foods. You got it? Listen, these words for this week are going to be very useful when you're speaking about travel, going around the world, seeing new things. So, for Tuesday, the word is roaming. Good job, good job. All right, for Wednesday's word is transcendent. Good. Again, transcendent. Excellent. Last time after me. Transcendent. Great job. Now, this word just means describing a moment or experience that is so amazing or profound that it goes beyond ordinary human experience. I'll say that one more time. Describing a moment or experience that is so amazing or profound that it goes beyond ordinary human experience. And I paused the first time I said it because I immediately thought about something from the past. When I was living in South Korea, I loved hiking in South Korea. South Korea has some amazing mountains to hike. But I remember the very first time I hiked up Soraksan. Sorak Mountain in South Korea. When I got to the top, I was speechless. It was something I had never experienced before. I couldn't put it into words. No pictures could capture what I was seeing. It was something that went beyond ordinary human experience. You got it, right? So check out these sentences, how you can use this word starting today in real life. The view from the top of Machu Picchu was transcendent, taking our breath away. Think about that moment. Maybe you traveled to another country. Maybe you went somewhere. Maybe you were in nature and you just couldn't put it into words. Transcendent. All right, here we go. Sentence number 2. Hearing the choir sing in the huge cathedral was a transcendent experience I'll never forget. And sentence number 3. Certain moments in life can be transcendent, such as falling in love or witnessing a breathtaking sunset. One more time. Certain moments in life can be transcendent, such as falling in love or witnessing a breathtaking sunset. You see how useful these words are. I want you to start using these words this week, okay? All right, let's move on to Thursday. We just did Wednesday. Here we go. Thursday. All right, Thursday's word is epiphany. Good. Again, epiphany. Excellent. Last time after me. Epiphany. Great job. That last part sounds like my name, huh? Tiffani. Funny. All right. What does the word epiphany mean? It means a moment of sudden and profound realization or understanding. Oh my goodness, I get it. For example, remember the very first time. If you've been with me for a while, if I've been your English teacher for a while, remember the very first time you heard me explain the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. Did you have an epiphany? Oh my goodness, this makes so much sense. It's so much easier to speak English now because I know how to organize my thoughts using the 5 W's. Epiphany. You got it? All right, check out these example sentences. Here we go. The character's epiphany in the novel marked a turning point in the story. You got it? All right, check out sentence number 2. I had an epiphany about my career path after attending a motivational seminar. Things changed. And finally, sentence number 3. His epiphany about the importance of family came during a particularly difficult time in his life. You got it? Again, epiphany. Great job. Now, on Friday, I want you to try to use this expression. The expression is catch someone off guard. Your turn. Good. Again, catch someone off guard. Great job. Last time after me. Catch someone off guard. Nice job. Now, what does this mean? It means to surprise someone by doing or saying something unexpected. So right now I am teaching this lesson. I am helping you understand these words and this expression. But if all of a sudden, oh, magnify the Lord, come on, for he is worthy to be praised. If I automatically, all of a sudden just started singing, it would catch you off guard, right? Unless you started singing with me. In English, we say catch someone off guard. When you're doing something, that they did not expect. Make sense? All right, now check out these example sentences using this expression. Sentence number 1. His question caught her off guard and she didn't know how to respond. She didn't know how to respond. Again, sentence number 1, she didn't know how to respond. What about sentence number 2? The sudden rainstorm caught him off guard and he had to seek shelter quickly. The sudden rainstorm, he wasn't ready for the rain. It caught him off guard. Once again, the sudden rainstorm caught him off guard and he had to seek shelter quickly. What about sentence number 3? The interviewer's unexpected question caught the candidate off guard during the job interview. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that question. That caught me off guard. Once again, the interviewer's unexpected question caught the candidate off guard during the job interview. Once again, catch someone off guard. Makes sense, right? Excellent. All right, now you have your words and the expression you need to know for this week. Don't forget to get the English with Tiffani app so you can now practice what you just learned. All right, so the word I want you to learn and understand is right here. After me, aspiration. Good job. It's a little tricky, but again, after me, aspiration. Excellent. Last time after me, aspiration. Great job. Now, this word just means a hope or ambition of achieving something. A hope or ambition, something you want to achieve. Think about it like this. I'm your English teacher, and ooh-wee, I love teaching you English. I am passionate about helping you finally achieve your English goals. And I also have ambitions related to teaching English. My biggest goal is to help and reach 1 billion English learners around the world. I have ambitions. I have hopes. I have aspirations. You got it, right? Excellent. Now let me give you some example sentences, all right? Here's the first example sentence. The student's aspiration to attend a prestigious university motivated her to work hard in school. This is ironically very true about me and about many other students. One of my aspirations was to work for NASA. That was my aspiration when I was in college. So I worked hard, I studied hard, and what happened? I worked for NASA. I was hired upon graduating. So once again, the student's aspiration to attend a prestigious university, in this situation, a university, motivated her to work hard in school. For me, my aspiration was to work for NASA. You got it? Excellent. Here's the second example sentence. The actor's aspiration to win an Academy Award drove him to take on challenging roles. He had hopes, he had ambitions, so he decided to take on more challenging roles. Again, we're talking about the word for Sunday, which is aspiration. And finally, check out this example sentence right here. Having clear aspirations can help individuals stay focused and motivated in pursuing their goals. Woo, you know this applies to you. Your goal is to speak English fluently. Your goal is to be comfortable, confident, and not nervous when you speak English. So once again, for you, having a clear aspiration will help you stay motivated and focused on your goal. You got it? Excellent. So Sunday's word is aspiration. Now we're going to move on to the word for Monday, but I want to remind you, remember, every time we have a class together, after you watch my English lesson, I need you to immediately go to my app, English with Tiffani. You're going to go to the section that says Weekly English Fluency Lessons with Teacher Tiffani. Why? Because literally I have created practice lessons for you that go along with the weekly lessons. You'll be able to practice what you are learning. That's right. Today you're learning words you must know. So you'll go there and you'll see aspiration. You'll be able to practice the pronunciation, practice making sentences using the word, and so much more. So don't forget to download the app if you haven't already downloaded it, and also to start practicing what you're learning today. All right? All right, let's keep going. Let's move on to Monday's word. Monday's word is determination. Good. Again, determination. Excellent. Last time after me. Determination. Great job. Now, this just means firmness of purpose or resoluteness. Hey, I am going to do this. This is what I'm going to accomplish. I'm focused. Determination. For example, I am determined to help you speak English fluently. I am determined to help you achieve your English goals. I am firm when it comes to that purpose. I wake up every morning excited to help you learn how to speak English fluently. We say determination. Woo, you got it. All right, check out these example sentences. First, we have the student's determination to get into medical school motivated her to study long hours and achieve high grades. She was determined. She was focused. You got it? Excellent. Here's the second example sentence. The athlete's determination to break the world record drove him to train harder than ever before. He had a goal in mind. He said, no, I'm going to achieve this goal. I'm going to break the world record. He showed determination. And finally, here's the third example sentence. Determination is a key attribute for individuals who want to achieve their goals despite challenges and setbacks. This is very true. Once again, determination is a key attribute for individuals who want to achieve their goals despite challenges and setbacks. You got it? Excellent. So again, the word for Monday is determination. Remember to practice using this word. Apply it to your daily life. This is how you'll remember it. All right? Let's move on to the word I have for you for Tuesday. All right? Tuesday, you're going to learn this word and use it. Drive. Good. Again, drive. Excellent. Last time after me. Drive. Very good. Now, this just means a strong urge or desire to achieve something. So we're not talking about driving a car. No, we're talking about this desire to achieve something. I have a desire to teach you English. You have a desire to speak English fluently. We say drive. Now check out these example sentences. They'll help you understand how to use this word. The entrepreneur's drive to create a successful business led her to work long hours and take calculated risks. This is very true of me. I have worked long hours. Why? I'm determined to help you speak English fluently. So I work hard to record new lessons, to improve my academy. If you're a member of my academy, hey, if not, hey, you can join the family. Why? Because I want to help you speak English fluently. You got it? Excellent. Check out this second sentence. The athlete's drive to win a championship motivated him to train harder than ever before. You got it? Good. And the last one is right here. Having a strong drive can help individuals stay focused and motivated in pursuing their goals. It helps you when you have a strong drive, a strong urge, a strong desire to achieve something. Oh yeah, you got it. So again, the word for Tuesday is drive. Excellent. All right, let's move on to the word for Wednesday. Again, words you must know, and don't forget to practice after you watch this lesson. Wednesday's word is initiative. Good. Again, initiative. Good. Last time after me, initiative. Excellent. Now, this just means the power or opportunity to act or take charge before others do. I'm taking the initiative. I'm taking the initiative to do something. Again, the power or opportunity to act or take charge before others do. Taking the initiative. Now, when you stay till the end, you'll hear my story time about when I took the initiative when I was living in Korea. I'll tell you that story at the end. But let's check out some example sentences. Here we go. The employee's initiative in proposing a new idea for the company was praised by her manager. Hey, we love that you took the initiative and did that. We love that you took the initiative and started a new project. Again, the employee's initiative in proposing a new idea for the company was praised by her manager. You got it? Excellent. Here's the next example sentence. The athlete's initiative in developing a new training regimen helped him improve his performance. Again, taking that step. Maybe others aren't doing it, but you're taking charge and doing it first. Initiative. And finally, check out this example sentence. Taking initiative can be a key factor in achieving one's goals and advancing in one's career. Take the initiative. You can do it. Make sense? Excellent. So again, the word for Wednesday is initiative. Now, don't worry if you're watching this lesson or listening to it at a later date. It's totally okay. Just remember to learn or use these words one at a time per day, right? Applying them to your daily life. That's what's important. Now, let's move on to the word for Thursday. Thursday's word is milestone. Excellent. Again, milestone. Great job. Last time after me. Milestone. Nice. Now, this just means a significant event or stage in the progress or development of something. Milestone. For example, one milestone for my YouTube channel was when I hit 1 million subscribers. Then I hit 2 million subscribers. Thank you so much. I was so appreciative, so honored that you and many other English learners around the world decided to subscribe. That was a milestone. Again, a significant event or stage in the progress or development of something. You caught it? Excellent. Now here's the first example sentence. The company celebrated a major milestone when it reached its 10th anniversary. You got it? Good. Here's the next one. The athlete's milestone was breaking the world record in her event. She was the fastest. She broke the world record. And finally, achieving significant milestones can provide motivation and a sense of accomplishment in pursuing one's goals. One more time. Achieving significant milestones can provide motivation and a sense of accomplishment in pursuing one's goals. You got it? Excellent. So again, Thursday's word is milestone. Now, for Friday, we have a bonus expression. So on Friday, this is the expression you're going to focus on. Now you're seeing the first example. I'm going to take it away, but I will bring it back. The expression is go the extra mile. Excellent. Again, after me. Go the extra mile. Good job. Last time after me. Go the extra mile. Great job. Now, this just means to put in extra effort beyond what is expected or required in order to achieve a goal. For example, it's only required to do this amount of work, but you do 2 hours extra. You went the extra mile. You decided to go the extra mile, to put in extra effort beyond what is expected or required. You got it? Excellent. Now I'll bring back that first example sentence. Here we go. The first example sentence. The employee went the extra mile by working overtime to finish a project ahead of schedule. Again, working extra hours in order to get the project done. Hey, I love that you went the extra mile. You always go the extra mile to get things done. Make sense? Excellent. Check out the next example sentence. The athlete went the extra mile by hiring a personal trainer to help her improve her performance. She wanted to improve. She wanted to get better, so she knew she had to do a little bit more. She went the extra mile and hired a personal trainer. You got it? Excellent. Now check out this example sentence again, using the expression go the extra mile. Going the extra mile can make the difference between achieving a goal and falling short. Going the extra mile, doing just a little bit more, can really make a difference. Make sense? Excellent. So again, for Friday, you have this bonus expression, go the extra mile. Now remember, these are words and expressions used in real life by native English speakers. So right now, I want you to, as soon as you listen to the story time, I want you to go to the app, English with Tiffani, and I want you to practice what you learned during this lesson. Download the app if you haven't already downloaded it and start practicing with the practice lessons in the app. Again, thank you so much for coming by. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I will talk to you in the next one. You still there? You know what time it is. Come on, join with me. It's story time. Hey, I said it's story time. All right. Now, earlier we were talking about the word initiative, right? And I told you I would tell you a story about when I was in South Korea. Now, I have always been a person that enjoys organization. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy leading things out, but I'm not trying to take anything over normally, right? So when I got to Korea, I was placed at one of the largest schools. There were about 25 English teachers at the institute. And every Friday evening, we would have a Christian program. And while I was there for the first 2 months, I noticed that the program was kind of struggling. We weren't getting as many students to attend the program. The programs were okay, but I felt like there were some things that could be tweaked to make it even better. But I was just observing first. However, we came to a meeting and our manager, the boss at the time, was saying that he wanted the Friday evening programs to be improved. He was trying to figure out ways to bring out more students. Now, as soon as he said that, I realized, okay, I can take the initiative and come up with a plan, come up with a strategy that will help the program improve. Remember, I told you I love helping people and I love creating plans. So I took the initiative. I didn't say anything at the time. And for about a week to 2 weeks, I came up with a plan that included each and every teacher and different members of the staff that weren't English teachers. And I created different groups. And each group had a certain personality type, certain skills and talents. And I separated everyone out into these groups so that it wouldn't fall on one person, all of the duties, right? We would take turns leading out. But each group would be in charge of coming up with the program ideas. So 2 weeks after when I came up with the idea, we had a meeting. I hadn't told anyone yet. But at this meeting, our manager was again saying he's trying to improve the Friday evening programs. So I raised my hand and I said, hey, I have an idea that I came up with. Would it be okay to share it? He said, okay, sure, Tiff, go ahead and share it. So I came up to the front. I went to the front by him, and I broke down the plan that I had came up with, the strategy, how we were going to have different groups and the teachers would work together, and how we could come up with new ideas for programs based on the group ideas. And when I finished presenting the idea I had, the plan, he said, "Tiff, that's amazing. You're in charge of it." I was like, "Oh, I was just trying to give it to you." He said, "No, you came up with the idea. We like it. Run with it." And I was okay with that because, again, I don't mind leading. I don't mind helping to solve a problem. And I'll say within 2 months after we implemented the plan that I had created, within 2 months, because of teamwork, we all worked together. Not only did we get better programs started, we started bringing in tons of students. It went from about maybe 30 students to literally being about 100 to 200 students coming to our programs every Friday night. Because initially I took the initiative to come up with an idea, and then the other teachers and other staff members were willing to work together as a team to make it happen. This is the result of taking an initiative and also working together with other people. So maybe you've taken an initiative before as well. Let us know in the comment section if you're watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this short story, and I will talk to you in the next lesson.